환영합니다. Welcome to K-Culture Dive, where we dive deeper into the heart of Korean culture with K-entertainment issues, AI culture news, and today our K-Culture Issues segment, where we take you to the K-theater stage. And I'm your host, Kwon So-hwa. Let's dive in. Joining me this Friday is our co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa. Happy Friday, and happy Friday to the viewers watching out there. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa and give you the latest in Korean entertainment news.
So let's get straight into K-Enter News, Walter.
Right.
We're 2 weeks away from one of the biggest music events in Korean history. I'd cautiously say even in music history around the world. So,
yes.
What are we talking about?
Yes, indeed. I think you're right there, Soa. We are just 14 days away until the release of BTS's 5th full-length album, Arirang. Now, the group released a trailer video promoting their new album, plus their comeback show, BTS The Comeback Live Arirang, which will be the big event on Thursday. Through their social media accounts, this was all released. Now, the promo video blends the beauty of traditional Korean architecture. You can see it right now on your screen. It just gets you pumped with the presence of the BTS members. Now, BTS will hold their comeback performance at 8 p.m. on March 21st in the area around Gwanghwamun Square. Now, it is also set against the daytime and also the nighttime scenery of Gyeongbokgung Palace. Now, this massive comeback, more than massive, I can't even find words to describe it, will be directed by Hamish Hamilton, who's actually known for directing the opening ceremony of the 2012 London Olympic Games and the Super Bowl halftime show. So we can expect one exciting show for sure. Now, for those who can't make the performance in person, whether that be in Korea or around the world, it will be streamed live worldwide on Netflix.
And I'm thanking Netflix for doing that.
Yes.
Because I won't be able to be there at the site.
I know.
But staying on the topic of massive groups, Walter,
Yep.
Blackpink sales are breaking records.
Yes, these are the 2 bands that we thought were just going to explode, and we have not been disappointed. According to Hunter chart on Friday, Blackpink's 3rd mini album, Deadline, sold a total over 1.7 million copies between February 27th and March 5th. That's the highest first week sales ever recorded by a K-pop girl group, surpassing themselves in their previous release, Born Pink, by about 230,000 copies. Now, the album had already seen strong demand during the pre-order period, recording nearly 1.9 million pre-orders. Now, on the day of its release, Deadline sold over 1.45 million copies, setting a new record for the highest single-day sales by a K-pop girl group. Now, Blackpink are also performing strongly on global music charts. Deadline topped album charts in 38 regions on iTunes, reaching #1 on the worldwide chart. Meanwhile, the music video for the title track Go quickly climbed to #1 on YouTube's worldwide trending chart and became the most viewed video within 24 hours of its release.
Walter, you know which other chart they are topping?
Our chart?
I would say the So-hwa's playlist chart.
So I was close. It was one of our charts.
Soplly chart, in short.
Yes.
But now, Walter, we're going to wrap up with a group that is wrapping up their first world tour.
Yes, indeed we are. So according to SM Entertainment, RIIZE will wrap up their final concerts of their first world tour, named the Rising Loud Tour, from Friday to Sunday in Seoul. Now, the tour, which kicked off in Seoul last July, has taken RIIZE across 21 cities, expanding beyond Asia to North America as well. Now, the finale concerts are expected to highlight the group's growth, reflecting the experience that they have had and gained performing on a global stage and major festivals as well. Now, the March 6th and 8th to 8th shows will be streamed live online via Beyond Live and Weverse, while the March 7th performance will be broadcast live in theatres across 10 regions. Now, this includes places like, obviously, South Korea, Japan, Spain, Mexico, Hong Kong, and also Thailand.
All right. Thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's turn to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang, take it away.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. South Korea has imposed a travel ban on all of Iran amid conflict in the Middle East. The Foreign Ministry upgraded its Level 3 travel alert, which advises nationals to leave the country, to a full travel ban, effective 6 p.m. Thursday. The ministry warned that South Korean nationals who enter or remain in Iran without authorization could face penalties under relevant laws. It urged those planning to travel there to cancel their trips, and called on Koreans currently in Iran to evacuate. About 40 South Korean nationals remain in the country and will now be required to obtain special passport use permits should they wish to stay. A government-wide task force to combat ticket scalping in the arts and sports sectors has officially begun operations. An inauguration ceremony was held on Thursday for the 16-member body, which includes Culture Minister Choi Hyung, officials from the National Police Agency and the Fair Trade Commission, as well as private sector experts. Minister Choi described scalping as one of the biggest obstacles to cultural industry growth and vowed to introduce effective countermeasures. He added that upcoming BTS performances will serve as a key test of the government's anti-scalping measures and warned of strict enforcement. Netflix was the most used online streaming platform among South Korean smartphone users last month. According to a sample survey of domestic smartphone users by RIIZE app retail released on Thursday, Netflix recorded 14.9 million monthly active users in February, ranking first among OTT services. Coupon Play followed with nearly 8.8 million users, while TVing and Disney Plus recorded 5.5 million and 2.95 million users respectively. Notably, Disney Plus saw its user base rise by 20% from January, following the release of the controversial survival reality series, Battle of Fates. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
South Korea's premier traditional music network, Gugak Broadcasting System, celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. The station held a special public concert titled Change Up in Seoul and laid out an ambitious vision, making Korean heritage accessible to everyone, everywhere. Jung Ye-rim reports.
From the clear voices of young traditional prodigies to the dynamic sounds of experimental rock, the National Gugak Center was filled with diverse rhythms on Thursday evening. The Gugak Broadcasting System hosted the Change Up concert to commemorate its 25 years on the air. Generations of artists were brought together on stage, including master singer Lee Chun-hee, demonstrating how traditional music is evolving with the times. For the network, the past 2.5 decades have been about making Gugak, traditional Korean music, more accessible to the public.
Before the network, people had to visit concert halls to enjoy traditional music. But now, we've created a platform where the public can experience diverse Gugak anytime and anywhere.
The anniversary concert reflected that vision, bringing together artists across generations and genres. The concert opened with 25 young Gayagum Pyeongchang performers. The lineup also featured tightrope performer Nam Chang-dong, experimental band Jambinai, and emerging group Orumse.
Traditional culture should be enjoyed by everyone in our daily lives. We want to eliminate barriers, including those for people with disabilities, to create a space where we can all share this culture.
To achieve this, the network is introducing a barrier-free programming system, providing closed captions and sign language for its TV broadcast. Furthermore, the network is taking a leap globally. From March 14th, it will begin airing select radio and TV programs on the east and west coasts of the United States, sharing the heritage of K-music with the world. 정혜림, Arirang News.
Bukchon, located between Gyeongbokgung and Changdeokgung. Two royal palaces once shaped by the footsteps of kings. This was Joseon's most prized land, the very heart of power. High-ranking officials and scholars gathered here, forming a neighborhood unlike any other. The home of the Yangban elite. The history of Bukchon was the history of the Joseon dynasty. But even the most glorious places face their trials. When war swept through the land, this noble village became a place of endurance and survival. But homes once destined to vanish began to live again. Broken tiles were replaced. Leaning pillars were strengthened. And, little by little, the scars of war were carefully healed. Even as reckless city development threatened to destroy it all, the narrow alleys filled once again with life and children's laughter. What we chose to protect was never just architecture, but the lives, memories, and stories still breathing within these walls. Restored by countless hands and quiet devotion, Bukchon breathes again today. Thanks to those who chose to preserve its spirit, we can meet it right here, in this very moment. The most Korean journey through time. Bukchon Hanok Village awaits you.
The theater stage is heating up this March. Star actors who have long dominated the big and small screens are increasingly making their way to live theater. Today, we'll take a closer look at these latest productions featuring star-studded casts with culture critic Professor Ji Hae-won of Kyung University. Welcome back, Professor Ji.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, good afternoon.
So, recently there has been a noticeable increase in star actors who are usually appearing on Korean movies or dramas, but now we see them on live theater. So, what's your perspective on this trend?
That's right. In the past 2 to 3 years, star actors who primarily worked on TV or screen have increasingly chosen theatrical stage. So in 2024, Jeon Do-yeon and Park Hae-soo starred in the Cherry Orchard 벚꽃동산. And Son Seok-gu starred in Army on the Tree, 나무 위의 군대. And last year, the audiences got to see Lee Young-hae on stage in Hedda Gabler and Park Jung-min in Life of Pi. Also in this year, stars such as Moon Geun-young, Kim Sun-ho, Simun-kyung, Lee Se-jin, and Go Ah-sung are waiting to meet the audiences on stage. So I think there is a growing number of actors who want to expand their experience of interaction with the audiences more directly through the stage.
So many big names, and all of them I've seen before only on the screen, but not on live theater.
Right. And I think you kind of mentioned a little bit before, but why was it less common for these big movie actors to be doing these productions on theater rather than, they obviously chose movies and drama series instead?
Right. So this trend of star actors turning to the theater stage is linked to the shrinking film and TV drama market. So, and this is not a situation that only happens in Korea. So also as present on Broadway or West End as well. So I think this is why there were relatively few cases of well-known actors entering to the theater stage during the boom times of TV and the movies.
And it also seems that audiences are increasingly eager to see their favorite actors in person or in action on stage. So what do you think about that?
Yep. It is really thrilling experience to be able to watch the actors' performances live, right in front of your eyes, actually. So especially if it's your favorite actor, so there is nothing like watching them live and acting as they are, rather than filmed and edited on TV or screen. So it is usually not easy to get the tickets for the shows featuring famous actors. And in those specific performances, you can see the seats filled with the fans of those actors.
Right, and it's kind of different with, for instance, K-pop. If you have a favorite K-pop group, you would listen to their songs and then you can go to their concerts and see them performing. But with actors whom you usually see on films, you could go to premieres of film premieres, but then they would just have a kind of fan meeting, but you won't be seeing them acting on the stage. So I guess that's why it's more special to see them acting in these theaters.
Actors like got to cry right in front of my eyes, right?
Yes.
Right, that's exactly it. Just to add on to that, Sarah, as well, it's like it is a very different sort of skill to have, right? When you become a theatre actor as well as a film actor. I mean, like you said, people cry on stage. They have to project their voice more. They have to show emotion more. They're in the moment. Whether on film, whether on dramas, you can take one take, two take, three takes. But usually in theatres, it's a whole one take situation.
There's no NG.
There's no, exactly. So I've noticed from watching other actors in Hollywood or even in Korean theatre that it just takes a lot more energy to really throw out a performance rather than something on film. But
it almost sounds as if you've been acting on the stage, Walter.
just secretly in the background. But talking about big actors, which productions feature the big names these days, and which ones are currently on stage, and what are these works sort of about, and what significance might choosing these projects hold for the actors themselves?
The play Secret Passage, 비밀 통로, stars Kim Sun-ho, who recently gained much attention for his role in the Netflix series Can This Love Be Translated? 이사랑 통역되나요? So it's partially adapted from a Japanese play to suit Korean sentiments. The Secret Passage is a two-person mystery drama about two men who encounter each other in an unfamiliar place without their memories and discover their connections and the meaning of life. So in addition to Kim Sun-ho, Kim Sung-gyu and Yang Won-kyung also played the character of Dong-jae. So another two-person play, The Wasp, 말벌, is also scheduled to open this week. So while Secret Passage is a two-man play, this one stars two female actors, which Girls' Generation Yuri is starring in it. The Wasp is a thriller drama that deals with the psychology of two high school classmates who reunite after 20 years. So both works are smaller productions that allow for closer relationship and interaction with the audience members, so making them a special experiences for both the audiences and the star actors as well. So unlike a TV or films, as we just talked.
Right. So we've got a film actor turned theater actors, and now we also have K-pop turned actor turned theater actors as well. And also now let's talk about Orphans, starring Moon Geun-young. And she's returning to the theater stage in almost a decade. So why do you think actors are choosing to return to the stage at this point of their career?
That's right. Moon Geun-young returns to the theater stage after about 9 years with the play Orphans. So this play is an intense three-person play that centers on a psychological tension and changing relationship between three characters. Orphans takes place in a home of two brothers, Treat and Philip. So they are orphans. So that's why this play is called Orphans. So notably, this production is gender-free. So with all roles being played by a mixed casting of male and female actors. So actually, Moon Geun-young plays the older brother, Treat. So unlike TV dramas or movies, theatrical productions which do not involve editing, so require a long period of concentration and tension. So I think it's a great help for the actors to further develop themselves in their acting careers.
I think it would be a very good way to practice when you have to remember large monologues on stage, as far as when you're on movie or dramas where you can only manage a line or two, but in
the scenes you are filming that day,
exactly,
right?
you have to remember all your dialogue for the whole day, so it's quite interesting. But in May, different adaptations of Uncle Vanya will be staged around the same time in separate productions with lead actors drawing significant attention. Now, from the audience's perspective, will this create the enjoyment of comparison, or will it highlight competition between the two productions, do you think?
Right. Two productions of Uncle Vanya are coming this May, and both are generating the significant interest. So on May 7th, the LG Art Center presents Uncle Vanya, a modern reinterpretation of Chekhov's classic, directed by Son Sang-gyu. So in this production, Lee Se-jin stars as Vanya and Go Ah-sung plays as Sonia. So another one is on May 22nd, a National Theatre Company of Korea, 국립극단, will stage Uncle Vanya, Vanya 아재 actually, so which has been reconstructed to suit Korean sentiments and set in Korea. So in this production, Jo Sung-ha plays Vanya and Shim Eun-kyung plays Sonia. So although the same play was performed around the same time, audiences will find it very fascinating to see and compare both productions, as the adaptations and directions are different. And furthermore, Lee Se-jin, Go Ah-sung, and Shim Eun-kyung are making their stage debut from these productions. So I think it would be more than exciting to witness these well-known actors perform on stage for the first time.
No, I'm personally especially looking forward to Shim Eun-kyung because I think it's kind of her year, because she's been doing really big in Japan with her movie, and also I heard that it's her debut on a stage domestically, but she also featured a bit in plays in Japan. So very talented actors that you mentioned. But Professor Ji, while stars clearly attract audiences, there's also the question about rising ticket prices and also the sustainability of the theater ecosystem. So what do you think are the most pressing issues that we should consider at this point? Right.
Having star actors on stage is a definite expansion of diversity and audience engagement. However, it is concerning that as more famous actors challenging themselves on stage, the number of places for stage actors is decreasing. And there is also concern that the increased production cost due to the salaries of star actors could lead an increase in ticket prices, which could raise up the burden of audiences as well.
Right. What I always hope is when we have a theater plays where we have star-studded casts versus maybe less known actors. I wish that people, maybe if they first watch the one with their favorite star, they get interested in the other roles as well. And then, and then have actually a great synergy effect as well. But last but not least, looking ahead, what kind of changes do you foresee with this movement brought to the Korean performing arts world?
Yeah, as the famous actors in media, the famous actors challenge themselves on stage, there are many cases where actors who first experienced acting on stage have moved on to TV or films and become more popular. So I think in this way, I expect the boundaries between the stage and media to become more blurred, and perhaps more actors will meet the audiences regardless of platforms.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Ji, for your time and insights as always, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Walter. Have a great weekend and see you next week.
See you very soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Now here's a quick note to our viewers. Arirang TV is celebrating its 30th anniversary with a special global viewer event, My Arirang Story. Share your experience with Arirang TV and what it has meant to you, maybe through a photo or a video. Submit your story by March 8th, 2026, and selected entries will receive BTS's 5th album, Arirang. For more details, visit www.arirang.com, and we can't wait to hear from you. K Culture Dive will be back on Monday, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.